Chapter 5, Unit 1. Ensure,
present,
document,
schedule,
overhead projector,
distribution,
material,
intend to,
inform,
hold,
copy the file,
call off or cancel,
quarter,
please ensure that those you intend to be present are properly informed.
all the necessary documents relevant to the meeting should be available.
Is the room ready for the meeting?
Would it be convenient for you to meet us this afternoon?
We will arrange the meeting on Tuesday afternoon.
The meeting will be held in your office.
The meeting is scheduled at 10 o'clock this morning.
Remember to take the minutes this afternoon.
Would you like to copy the EX files and pass me the copy?
Set up the overhead projector in the meeting room.
Is the conference room available today at 4 p.m.?
This meeting is called off.
I've told all departments of the cancellation.
We are going to have to cancel tomorrow's meeting.
Didn't you hear that the meeting was canceled?
Let's cancel this meeting. I'll email everyone if something new comes up.
I'm really sorry about canceling the meeting at the last minute.
The meeting is canceled because the AV equipment has been damaged.
Julie, is the conference room available today at 4 p.m.?
You can check the appointment book.
What materials should we prepare?
The materials about product development are necessary.
Who is to hold the meeting?
I think Betty is the best choice to hold the meeting.
When will the meeting start?
9 o'clock on Friday.
How long will the meeting take?
Probably an hour or two.
We don't have enough time for the meeting. It needs to be called off.
I get the picture. I will let everybody know.
When is the annual Global Sales and Marketing Conference this year? It's scheduled for the first week of July. Will it run for the entire week or will it just run through the weekdays? Delegates will arrive on Sunday morning. There will be an optional dinner and reception Sunday night. The rest of the conference will take place from Monday to Friday. Where will it take place? We've reserved rooms in the Hillington Hotel in London. That would be very nice. Will any of the meals be provided? Lunch will be provided during the weekdays. When will the invitation go out to the delegates? I've written the email and I will send it right away.
Unit 2. Agenda.
Notify,
Debate.
discuss,
Reschedule.
get back to the point,
Conference room.
objection,
Subject.
purpose,
Consensus.
impromptu meeting,
Get off track.
hand out the agenda before the meeting.
Has everyone already got a copy of the agenda?
I need an action plan for next Wednesday's meeting.
I'd like to call a meeting for voting on the proposal.
We're going to have an impromptu meeting.
This is a plenary session.
Have you all received a copy of the agenda?
Any objection to the agenda?
Shall we take the points in this order?
Please notify everyone the meeting is canceled.
The purpose of this meeting is whether we should raise prices.
We're here tomorrow to solve the economic problems.
The meeting's rescheduled on next Friday. We have a meeting at 3 this afternoon.
But the manager is not here.
Our manager is on his way.
I know. We'll wait till 3:15 and then start.
Let's call the meeting to order.
Would you walk us through the key points of the financial report?
You've all looked at the reports given to you a few days ago.
I don't think we should. It's bad for the environment.
The purpose of this meeting is to vote on this proposal.
But we don't all agree on this matter.
Yes, but we have to reach a consensus today.
I'd like to call on Mr. Roberts to discuss this matter.
Thanks, Sarah. Now, let me bring your attention to what I see as the main issues. We have a meeting in 10 minutes, but Greta is not here right now. I know. We'll wait till 10:15 and then start. Oh, there she is. Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Michelle, hand out the materials, please.
Okay.
We are here today to discuss whether we should carry out with this plan. What are your opinions on this? I think we shouldn't adopt this plan. It is bad for the environment. What we have to do is quite clear.
I agree completely.
What are your opinions on this, Angela?
I'm sorry, but I can't agree with that.
What's our best course of action here?
Can we find a way to prevent this? Unit 3. Theme.
Hand out.
Non-formal talk.
Take a seat.
Presentation.
Join the presentation.
Go over the document.
Clarify one's intention.
Call a meeting to order.
Make a start.
Jump into the meeting.
We have a meeting.
Let's call the meeting to order.
Shall we start? Begin?
Everyone's here, so let's jump into it.
I don't know where the delegates from the administration division are, but I believe we should make a start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a seat.
It is my honor to declare the third meeting of International Economic Summit open.
The theme of this meeting is about efficiency.
The presentation will take about 1 hour.
First of all, thank you for joining the presentation today.
I'd like to clarify my intentions for being here today at this meeting.
Let's make it clear that it's only a non-formal talk.
We'd better jump into the meeting quickly because only half an hour left for us to discuss all the issues.
Ladies and gentlemen, since we are already a bit late, we would like to call the present session to order immediately.
We'd better chair the meeting by the book, at least for a while. Everyone is here.
Okay, now I will call the meeting to order.
Make sure we have everybody.
Let's see. 15? Yep, everyone's here.
So, let's start with the issue of the new product.
Could I just say something?
Go ahead, please. What is the next item?
Now I'd like to introduce Lee, who is going to give us a speech.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our manager, Mr. Wong. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm afraid Lisa can't be with us today.
Where is she?
She is on business.
May I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we begin?
Do you have everybody?
No, we're still missing a few guys.
Let someone go and round them up.
Okay. 5 minutes later. So now we almost got everybody here. I have received apologies from Frank. He is unable to attend because of other urgent commitments.
It's 5 minutes past meeting time. So, let's get started.
Okay. I declare the meeting open. Now I would like to give the microphone to Mr. Edward.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome here to attend our opening ceremony. I call the opening meeting of the Investment Committee to order. This meeting is to kick off the program. Lisa, has everyone got a copy of the agenda?
Yes, they've got, but I don't think everyone know each other. Then we'd better introduce each other first.
So you can start first.
Unit 4. Take one's advice.
Negative.
Optimistic.
Major change.
Recruit.
Brainstorming.
Nominate.
Stereotypical.
Positive.
Pessimistic.
Table the motion.
Come up to.
Reconsideration.
Client.
I want to hear your opinion.
What do you think about it?
Do you have any idea?
Show me what you got.
How do you solve this problem if it comes up to you?
I move to table the motion.
I think that we can deal with the problem by making some major changes.
As far as I'm concerned, the idea is pretty perfect.
I recommend that we should recruit some new members.
Could you say that again?
We will appreciate greatly if you can make more explanation.
Could you go over the main points for us?
Do you mind giving us some detailed illustrations?
Do I hear a second?
Is there any reconsideration of the item?
Is there any other points?
Shall we move on if you have no reconsideration?
May I have your attention, please?
Attention!
Listen to me, please.
A minute, please.
So much for item 1. Now let's move to the next item.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to say.
What do you have in mind?
We are currently predicting a slowdown in sales for next year.
What point are you trying to make?
I am trying to say that if our budget allows, I approve of buying some equipment.
Is there anyone want to share the idea?
I want to represent my opinion.
Besides the change of launching date, I also recommend that we should lower the price.
My idea is a little different from yours. I don't think we should lower the price.
I think we should change the launching date.
That's a little risky since our rival company may take the market before us.
Mr. Jones, I'd like to take this opportunity to discuss with you about a little proposal. I'm glad when people have new ideas around here. Just tell me about it. It's about this meeting, the staff meeting. You know, we have the meeting every Tuesday. So, what's the point? Well, I have been thinking about it, and I believe we could do things more efficiently here. What do you suggest? The way we adopt now is that the staff from all 4 branches get together for 1-hour meeting once a week. In my opinion, a lot of time is wasted in transportation. You mean because people have to go across town to get here? Yes, some people spend half of the morning on the road. That's true, but our staff meetings are very important, Robert. I don't know how we can function without them. I think they are very important too. That's why I want people to have a better attitude about them. Here's what I propose. I think we should meet once every 2 weeks, but meet for 90 minutes or more. And I also think the meetings should be more focused. Well, it sounds a good idea. How about others? I'd like to know your opinion on the proposal. Well, I am not against the idea. Our staff meetings do need to improve the efficiency. Okay. Why don't we try the proposal for a month and see how it works?
Unit 5. Viewpoint.
Get nowhere with.
Make a proposal.
Represent.
Agree to.
Rational.
See it differently.
Declare.
Vote.
Make a suggestion.
Be open to.
Brainstorm.
Take the floor.
Object to.
Objective.
Up to a point.
Adjourn.
We will discuss the following issues.
Just say whatever comes to mind.
Don't hesitate to give any idea you have.
What do you think about it?
We would like to settle this issue in a cooperative way.
Can you give an example to support your argument?
What do you think about the problem of reducing cost?
Suppose the profit is very low. Shall we go on this policy?
Jim has been doing market research recently. Shall we share his idea?
Let's move on to the next item.
I couldn't agree more.
That's exactly my point.
They see eye to eye.
I have no objection to it.
This suggestion is constructive.
Your viewpoint is of old ways.
Unfortunately, I see it differently.
I don't think that way.
Up to a point, I agree with you, but I don't think it will work.
That's not really why we're here today.
Keep to the point, please.
We're beginning to lose sight of the main point.
Do you have an opinion about the event?
Well, I think there are good and bad sides to it.
There are 4 main points on the agenda. Please feel free to say what you want.
Well, I think there are good and bad sides to the first point.
Why don't you agree with me?
You have your opinion and I have mine.
Any complaints? Let me hear your candid opinion.
Let's put it to the vote.
Is there anyone want to share the idea?
I'd like to make one point.
I think it's wise to invest in this project.
I'll drink for that. Our company is aiming for the highest in technology and the best in quality. What do you think is important in reaching these goals? Research and development, without a doubt.
I agree, but remember, investors may see R&D costs as money spent without the possibility of an immediate return.
But they have to realize it'll take money to get a new product started.
I understand. We can't rely on old ideas and average quality. True, but the first people we need to persuade are the investors.
So we need to put together a good plan showing how the money will be spent. Correct. Unit 6. Agree with.
Reach an agreement.
Acceptable.
Optimistic.
Neutral.
Objective.
Be behind somebody.
In favor of.
Positive.
Reach agreement.
Sympathetic.
Sum up.
I totally agree with you.
I feel strongly that our products are the best.
As to me, I'd like to agree to the former.
I do not anticipate any objections to your proposal.
As far as I am concerned, I'd like my favor goes to the first view.
That's fine with me.
I don't have any objection to it.
I do not anticipate any objections to your proposal.
I agree with you, but I think it only works under certain circumstances.
It seems that we really reach an agreement now.
You might be right, but I have a somewhat different opinion.
I had a feeling he was in favor of the plan.
Your proposal appears to be acceptable.
I'm open to any reasonable suggestions.
That makes 2 of us.
I agree.
Fine by me.
Quite the opposite.
It's acceptable.
Absolutely not. Do you agree?
Yes, I'm open to any reasonable suggestions.
Do you expect the report to be finished tomorrow morning?
Yes, All those in favor, raise your hand.
I think he still has the chance to get promoted.
I'll drink for that.
Why don't we return to the main focus of today's meeting?
I get along with you.
The controversial point is whether we should raise prices.
That makes two of us.
We should take the chance of Valentine's Day to change our advertisement.
Your proposal appears to be acceptable. Let us assume that we agree on that point, unless we find anything objectionable in them. Our company is aiming for the highest in technology and the best in quality. What do you think is important in reaching these goals? Research and development, without a doubt.
I agree, but remember, investors may see R&D costs as money spent without the possibility of an immediate return.
But they have to realize it'll take money to get a new product started.
I understand we can't rely on old ideas and average quality. True, so the first people we need to persuade are the investors.
So we need to put together a good plan showing how the money will be spent. Correct. Unit 7. Numb.
Nonsense.
Stereotypical.
Risky.
See it differently.
Up in the air.
Out of the question.
Disappoint.
Unfortunately.
Negative.
To be honest.
Up to a point.
It's still up in the air.
To be honest, I don't really agree with you.
I'm afraid I wouldn't say that.
I'm sorry, but I can't agree with that.
I'm afraid I can't accept that.
I see your point, but I don't agree.
I wonder if my boss can take your advice.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I will disappoint you somehow.
I don't think you interpreted it correctly.
That's a little risky, since our rival company may take the market before us.
I'm afraid I can't agree with your point of view.
I don't quite agree with you.
I'm afraid you don't understand what I'm saying.
I see it differently.
I'm afraid I can't agree.
Unfortunately, I see it differently.
Can you explain why?
How do you think of it?
Up to a point, I agree with you, but I don't think it will work.
I see plastic as a money saver compared with wood, but we have to ensure the quality of our products.
I don't think you interpreted it correctly. Please review the proposal again.
This suggestion is constructive.
I'm afraid I can't agree with your point of view.
I think his viewpoint is too stereotypical.
I don't think we need to follow the fashion.
How do you think of it?
I can't stand by your side this time.
What's this I hear about you arguing with management over their latest expansion decision? Not just arguing about it. I'm quitting in protest. What? You're quitting? Why? Because the senior managers are making some stupid decisions that are not in the best interest of the company and the people that work for it. What sort of decisions? They want to slash costs by laying off 40 employees. What? Really? Yes, but I refuse to go along with it, so I am quitting in protest. I agree. I think we need to hold a departmental meeting to discuss this problem. Yes, that would probably be a very wise decision.
Unit 8. Participation.
Elevate the issue to somebody.
Come to a conclusion.
One more thing.
Conclude.
Summarize the discussion.
Meeting minutes.
In a nutshell.
Nutshell.
Carry on the project.
Go over.
Carry out.
Highlighted spot.
Let me quickly go over today's main points.
Let me gather up the highlighted spot we have talked about today.
Let's make a summing up of this meeting.
What we have decided is to stop the project.
We agree to afford the extra expenses.
Before we finish for the day, I have an announcement to make about the new head of our China operations.
I'd like to move the project be postponed until the financial details have been clarified.
So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we'd better carry out on our project on time.
The meeting minutes will be sent to all of you.
Let me conclude by saying everyone really did a good job.
You may contact me any time after the meeting when you get questions.
All scheduled programs have been completed, and thanks very much for your participation.
Thanks for your coming.
Thank you for your earnest cooperation in carrying out this seminar.
I think we can end here if there is nothing else.
Let's call it a day.
So this is it.
We may end here.
We don't have any question.
If nobody wants to add anything, we can draw the meeting to a close.
Time is up.
Thank you all for coming. I declare the meeting is closed.
I'm afraid we've run out of time.
I will make it brief.
Is there anyone want to share the idea with us?
No.
Okay. Before we close today's meeting, let me just summarize the main points. To sum up, we should focus on the new product.
If there are no other comments, I'd like to wrap this meeting up.
Is there anything else we need to discuss?
I have one more question. Okay, just before we wrap up the discussion, let us pull together the main strands of the argument. Frank, you first.
Okay. I'd like to make it quite clear that I will not support the delay. It's hard to say at the moment. It all depends on how our competitors react to our move. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we'd better carry on our project on time. Well, you could have a point there, On the other hand, I still think the financial aspects are more important. I'd like to move the project be postponed until the financial details have been clarified. To summarize, in my view, there are too many uncertainties.
I think everyone has had their say now. We cannot discuss the pros and cons interminably. Let's have a motion and vote on it.
Since this is a very sensitive matter, I suggest that we have a secret ballot. I don't think the rules of procedure say anything about a secret ballot. I'm against it.
Can I ask for a show of hands? All those in favor? 5. Those against? 4.
So the motion to postpone the project has been carried by 5 votes to 4.
Unit 9. Set the date.
Fill in.
Call off.
Lag.
Due to.
Mail something to somebody.
Proposal.
Consensus of opinion.
Put off.
Cancel.
Protest the result.
Agenda.
The meeting went an hour over.
The meeting was postponed for a quarter.
The meeting has been called off.
The conference has been postponed.
The meeting took an hour more than it was supposed to.
The meeting was canceled by certain reason.
The meeting was lagged due to IT problem.
I almost fell asleep during that meeting.
George didn't arrive to the meeting on time.
Is there anything I should know about?
I was late this morning. Could you keep me updated?
Could you please mail the main points to me?
What is the consensus of opinion at the afternoon meeting?
Was there anything new?
Time for discussion. Do you have any question?
Any more questions or comments for Dr. B?
Let's turn to the next problem.
I think that'll be the last question before we close this meeting. Does anyone protest the result?
No, of course not. All of us agree to accept the Susan's suggestion.
How will our company react to the customers' complaints at the meeting yesterday?
I send Jim to connect with that customer.
I'm wondering whether the headquarters will support our plan.
As long as the plan is good for the company, we will support you.
We haven't heard from you yet, Miss Soon.
I agree with Mark's point of view on the meeting yesterday. That's as far as I can go for now.
Did we miss anything on the agenda?
No, the meeting is successful.
I want to say something about the packing.
I'm afraid that's outside the scope of this meeting. Okay, any other business?
Yes, I would like to say something. An illustrator came in last week, and I think she's very good, and it would be wise to put her works in our books.
Okay.
I would like to be able to show her drawings and her portfolio in the next couple of days, if that's all right. That sounds good.
Yes, I'll look forward to seeing those. Right, I think that's probably about it. But anybody got anything else that they desperately want to raise before we wrap up?
Nope.
No? Okay. Then let's call it a day, everyone.